Good evening, I'm StarShard0 with the 6 o'clock news. Today, Hasbro finally killed Dungeons & Dragons. It's taken them decades, but they finally did it. They decided all the goodwill they had built up over these last couple of editions, from 3rd into 4th, well, 4th was a disaster, into 5th, going into 6th here, they've decided, you know what? Screw everybody, screw the community, screw the players, give us money, and that's where we're at now. Make sure the volume is down. Okay, we're good, we're good. Get chat. Chat is up. Okay, we're good. So, yeah, if you haven't heard about this yet, chat, I'm not gonna, like, harp on it for too long, because I don't think literally anybody in this chat room cares about role-playing games. But essentially what is happening is Wizards of the Coast via Hasbro, or vice versa, Hasbro via Wizards of the Coast, has decided Dungeons & Dragons is making a lot of money, but it's not making all the money. So they need to make sure they're getting a cut of all the people out there making content and getting paid for it. So, corporations bad, etc., etc. Down with capitalism. And hey, let's play a video game. How does that sound? You guys want to play some KSP tonight? We're going to be doing a couple of missions. We're going to be doing some other stuff. Let me make sure everything's going here. I got to send out a... Not that anybody cares about these, but it's good to get in the habit. Gotta make a Twitter thing. So here we go. Chat. How was everybody's weekend? How was the Emmykin stream? I heard a lot of kind words. I appreciate you guys being nice to Emmykins. And if, not asking for feet pics or anything weird like that. That was very nice of you. Okay, there we go. Tweet that out. Get that posted. Okay, that's good. Posted. Okay. Oh, that's good. Hello, that's my voice. Please ignore that. You know what's even better than a video game? Eating a bean. I just passed 10K, but I'll wait until other people could enjoy your misery. Well, thanks, Rilip. I appreciate that. I want as many people as possible around the world to enjoy my misery. So thank you very much for saving that up. Now, all the stuff's out of the way. It's time to go start. Rilip, not only did Emmykins not go MLG, she couldn't even get past the first stage over the course of 3 hours approximately, which is just terrible. And man, I don't know. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Somebody said that. I don't know. I didn't say that. I think that's a stupid definition of insanity. But somebody said it, and if somebody else said it, that they're probably right. And Emmykins was just banging her head against the wall. It was, I don't know, man. All right, let's rescue Erdon. We have we have 104 money. That's good. And we unlock the Gravioli, so we can get the Formuoli. Good, good, good. Rilip says, I've seen you die just as many times, so I don't know if it was really that much worse. Yeah, the difference is, Rilip, I actually managed to, like, get to the later stages most of the time. Emmykins, on the other hand, does not. All right, let's grab the rest. Oh, what am I doing? Let's actually check on this guy's orbit before we send anything up. Okay. Let's see what we're working with. Erdon. Oh, hey, we've already got a guy up here. Nice. Well, we'll just fly this bad boy. I feel like I need to review. You think I need to review my VODs on Spelunky 2? Are you kidding me? I've reviewed the VODs on Spelunky 2. Those are one of the few VODs that I've gone back and done timestamps for on YouTube. So don't tell me to review my VODs. I know how many times I die, and it's not nearly as many times as Emmykins died. Plus, she plays suboptimally, like purposefully, because she wants to save the animals instead of sacrifice them, which is just no good. The animals are there to be sacrificed specifically so you have a better chance of surviving to the end. Because ultimately in Spelunky and in life, the only point of health that matters is the last one. Anything else is just whatever. Yeah, good point, Rilip. She didn't even really save that many, all things considered. Does the game seem a little loud today, or maybe I just need to turn down my headphones? Turn it down more? I can't tell. Chad, give me a sign. Give me a sign if my audio's loud. I can't hear it at all, I don't think. All right, hold on. KSP, give us a sign. Problem is I don't necessarily want to have thrust on while I'm doing this. Okay, yeah, no, it's pretty considerable. It's about halfway up. Okay, well, if you shouldn't be able to hear too much of it, just enough that you know something's going on. It was just really loud in my headphones. All right, come on. Get this intersect going. Get it nice and low. 30, 20, 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 500 meters. I'll take it. So we ended up skipping movie night last night, unfortunately. So I don't really have anything to talk about on that front. However, there have been some big moves in the world of movies, chat. And okay, my cat's crying. You might be able to hear him. He's fine. In the world of movies, I don't know enough about movies, so I have to actually re-look this up. Official poster for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania came out. It looks pretty good. There's a movie called Underwater that was a flop when it first came out. Yet it's a suspenseful and terrifying sci-fi film, which will have you on the edge of your seat, starring Kristen Stewart, who of course was made famous in the Twilight movies. They're working on a Mithrigan sequel. Hey, buddy. You want to come over here? Cat's going to come over on the desk, guys. You want to say hi to everybody? Yep. Just rub your head right on that. Yep, that's great. That'll show them that. Here, make like a cute noise right into the mic. Come on. You really got to do that? That's kind of gross. I don't know why I realize it's a cat thing. You gotta like rub your head on literally everything. I don't know what, I guess they have like scent glands, which is, man, can you imagine if people went around rubbing themselves on stuff? It would just be a disaster. I guess like some homeless people already do that. All right, you can't see him. He's below frame. Where were we? Miami Vice. They made a Miami Vice movie in 2006. Are you kidding? Over the Top. Over the Top was the movie I was thinking of. Over the Top is a movie where Sylvester Stallone is a professional arm wrestler who is also a truck driver. And he is training to be in a arm wrestling competition. It's like my cat is chewing on something, but I don't think he is. I think he's just he's pantomiming it. I've never seen this movie, but it sounds incredible. Over the Top. If you have seen this movie, give a shout out in chat. And speaking of shout outs in chat, for dinner, which was extremely disappointing dinner. I'm not going to name any names as to whose fault that was. I had a summer sausage sandwich. Summer sausage with sliced up cheese on white bread. It was... Boy, you never feel poorer than when you gotta eat a dang sandwich for dinner. But it had mayonnaise on it, which is good. And I wanted to get a show of hands for people in the chat who like the taste of mayonnaise. Because sometimes I feel like everybody likes mayonnaise, but then Emmykins hates mayonnaise, and it boggles my mind how you can dislike mayonnaise, because it's just oil. It's just fat. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe some people don't like delicious fat. All right, let's slow it down. We're slowing down a lot slower than I would like, but at least we're not going to slam into this thing. So hopefully we get a nice easy grab here. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, chat. Nope, not a problem. It's all good. All right, hold. Cat's getting up in the middle of this. Trying to do a burn, buddy. Thank you. Just trying to recover this Kerbal here. I wonder, do we recover the Kerbal now? Or do we wait till we have another rescue mission? And who is our lucky new fella? Philip likes mayo if there's a little bit, but too much and it's really gross. It tends to make me sick. Well, oh, okay. Oh my god. Chad, it's a scientist. We're in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Well, we got it. I think you bring him back now since it's a scientist. All right, let's bring her back. I don't know what we're gonna do with her, but she's a scientist, and maybe that's beneficial. If it was an engineer, just leave him up here. Yeah, good point. But it is a scientist, and it doesn't cost us that much to do a rescue mission, all things considered. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring him back. Slow this down. I would almost say we could bring back the wreckage, but this has not been tested. It is not rated for debris return. It's designed to push things around. I'll probably be looking at my periapsis here. So chat, I'm wondering how much more of this speedrun can you guys take? I'm tempted to just call it like a slow run because of how long it's been taking. And I don't think we'll be done by the time KSP 2 comes out. And I'm just wondering if I maybe just got to call it at some point and say we failed and I need to play something else for a bit. Maybe throw in that RimWorld that I've been teasing for the last 3 months or whenever the DLC came out. Maybe bring back Oxygen Not Included. Rilip can take it forever. All right, well, as long as one person, preferably more than one person. So Rilip, as much as I appreciate you watching, I do need like more people to watch if I'm like gonna enjoy this at all. You find, yeah, okay, Rilip, so that's good. Rilip doesn't care what I play. Wonderful. In that case, have you guys heard of a little game called Orc Massage? Nothing like a little massage giving simulator. One of my favorite genres. You've actually got quite a few people watching, but chat is quiet. Well, we'll see. Could be bots. Could have some people that just pop in to support me, which is appreciated if you're lurking out there. It is nice. Granted, it doesn't help keep the conversation going, but you know, there's more to Twitch than just chat, right? I mean, look at I was watching Northern Lion today briefly because Twitch was like, hey, you might enjoy this guy that you already watched clips of on YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's see what he's up to. He was doing what he calls it React Court. So he goes on Am I the Asshole? And he was actually looking at some of the ones that we were looking at because he also pulls the last 30 days, I think. And there was like 10,000 people in there, and I don't even know at that point how you monitor chat. Because there was just people are spamming emotes. There's just like, haha, so true, LOL, +2. Hello, Gear War. Hey, how's it going? I came to the store today, but it was closed. And then I remember that you told me you weren't going to be there. So I went back to work and just worked an extra hour because it was cold. But so I was watching that, and I don't know, man. Like, what do you even do? I guess you just have to look for big blocks of people saying the same thing and be like, well, chat is saying +2, so that must have been a good joke. Somebody in chat said you suck, and I want to point that out briefly. I want to call that out. Why would you come into my chat and say that? Stuff like that. Maybe I should just start making up things in chat, because if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, you're not getting the chat replay. I could literally just make up chat. I'm also noticed that this is a little goofy, so let's fix that. There we go. Somebody in chat just said, my balls are so sore, but watching you helps me feel better. So random chatter, I'm glad that I can make your balls feel less sore. That's great to hear. Thanks for sharing that with the rest of the world. Super cool. I always like to hear when I make people's day better, or you know what, or if I make it worse. You could tell me that too, because any kind of feedback is beneficial as long as it's honest and hopefully has some kind of actionable step to it. Like, if you just come in here and you're like, oh, I hate your streams, that doesn't help. If you're like, I hate your... Nobody said that, Gear War. I just said I was going to make up stuff people were saying in chat. If somebody comes in here and they're like, oh, I hate your streams, I hate your stupid face, I'm like, well, okay, that's not... I can only change my face so much, right? I can shave, I can not shave, I can maybe, like, do cool designs in my beard. I could lose weight so my face looks less fat. But ultimately, that's not really actionable. If you don't like my face, you're probably not going to enjoy this stream. But if you come in here and you're like, hey, you're always talking about whatever, and maybe you could focus on more on this other thing that more people would like. I'm just noticing the parachutes are going in. I thought that was fixed. We're going to have to fix that in the VAB. Don't like the clipping there. Bald! I put one of the tags for the stream is now bald in all caps, which turns out that was already, I didn't make that up. That was already a tag people had on their stream. So I've just gone ahead and added that. So if anybody out there is searching bald on Twitch, my stream is going to pop up somewhere in that morass of bald streamers. But also, if you like the content, like, for example, people on YouTube will sometimes leave a nice comment. For example, saying I'm the Bob Ross of Kerbal Space Program, which would, if I had the wig on, maybe that would make more sense. Has anyone searched for a tag ever? I have never done it. Apparently some people do. So somebody is benefiting. I just thought it would be funny if I added bald. I know some people, people have popped in, and because I have veteran, so maybe people are searching for that. Or maybe it helps. Again, I don't know how Twitch categorizes these things, but if, for example, you watch a lot of streamers that have a specific tag, maybe the algorithm will recommend you other streamers that also have that tag. Emmykins wants to know if I'm making fun of her about not reading chat. I didn't say anything about not reading chat. I mean, I have often said that if I go into a stream and I say hello and I get no response, I'm out of there. I'm not sticking around while you silently play a game by yourself. That's awful. Maybe that's somebody's thing, but it's not mine. I think Emmykins is making some kind of joke here, because she did not make a comment. Unless she typed it out and forgot to send it. Entirely possible. But the point is, every amount of feedback helps. So feel free to chime in, leave a comment, even if you don't like the streams, if you like watched for 5 minutes and were like, I hate this guy. You know what? If you wanted, I don't know, I guess if you hate me, there's nothing I can do about it. If you don't like a specific thing that I do that is changeable, then you can go ahead and drop a comment about that, I suppose. It's the internet. I will not take it personally. Everybody has different preferences for content or streamer or whatever. I don't have any short-term plans of making a VTuber or becoming a VTuber or whatever. Although I do have long-term plans of getting our friend, the Mr. Star Shard, the little crystal guy, turned into a VTubing rig. So I realize it's not a big titty anime girl, which is what most people who watch VTubers are after. But maybe it'll be nice for some of those streams where I don't want to have the face cam up for whatever reason, or something. I don't know. If I go to a meetup of VTubers, I can be like, well, here's my VTuber. Let's all hang out. It'd be a good time. No, I was not making fun of people not reading chat, Emmy. I mean, I am now, but I wasn't before. All right, there we go. Things are looking very nice. It's a lot better than our other rescue craft that comes in at like 2,000 meters a second, all the way down to 10 kilometers. It's miserable. But it's cheap. Gets the job done. I really hope that's our target. What is that? That debris? Is that gonna crash or what? Yeah, it is. Good. All right, and then the Erdon's wreckage is just gonna cruise around a bit. Right, well, there's one contract done. We're gonna go ahead and recover Erdon here shortly. And then we're gonna send out our first Gravioli equipped science monstrosity. You know what we're gonna do tonight, chat? We are going to build a craft that has mining. It's gonna be fully loaded. It's gonna have mining, refining, science collection. It's gonna have room for 3 Kerbals, so we can have a pilot, an engineer, and a scientist all on board. And it's just gonna go to every biome and collect all the science. Hey, Beetle Rock's here. Heck yeah. Coming in with those little gremlin fellas. I gotta watch Gremlins again. I have not seen Gremlins in so long. And I don't think I've ever seen Gremlins 2. So I don't know, I'm out of the loop on the Gremlin stuff. All right, Rilip, let's hear it. What's your first real complaint with Snap? I've got my complaint with Snap. It's that I keep going against people who are better than me, and I'm sick of it. I want to go up against the people who suck, but I guess that's how a ranked game works. You end up going against people that are at or about your challenge level. The seasons are too dang short. Are you kidding? Dude, I knocked out the season so fast. You just got to play more. They are not short. They're like a month long. How long are Fortnite seasons? I know nothing about Fortnite. I'll look this up, because I assume that's what every length. Fortnite season length. Oh, they have a chart. Oh, take a look at this. How long is a Fortnite season? Welcome to Bright Chab's window to next gen skills. How long is a Fortnite season? Fortnite seasons and chapters explains. Epic games like Fortnite have successfully built on an advanced Fortnite. I think that's supposed to be an and. Hold on, I just want the numbers, please. 72 days. Oh, they have an average length of 97 days. 90.5 days. Okay, well, maybe the seasons are considerably shorter than Fortnite. Oh, the ranking resets. You just gotta play more, man. What rank did you get to before the season closed out? I think I was in the one above gold. I think I got to the 50s before I got knocked back down to bronze at the end of the season. It kind of sucks getting knocked down to bronze. It's like, wow, you made it all the way up here? Yeah, go back down to bronze. Like, I guess if you get above platinum or whatever it's called, then you don't get knocked down as far. You got to silver? Silver's no good. Philip, you gotta, those are rookie numbers. You gotta get those numbers up. For those of you who have not played Marvel Snap, it is a, I'm not gonna say like a really fun game, but it's a acceptably fun game that you can play for free, and it has short matches, which I appreciate. Because I've talked about this before. Sometimes you start a game of Magic, you don't know if it's gonna go 30 seconds or if it's gonna go 45 minutes or longer. So I much prefer, like, I'm in, it's like a 5 minutes tops game, and then you're out, you're done. And then even if you lose, you still feel like you can still like do missions and stuff. Whereas in Magic Arena, it's like, oh, you lost, you get nothing, go fuck yourself. Which is honestly, I wish they would add that to the like little chat, because you can't actually type chat. You have to pick little sayings. I wish they just had fuck you or go fuck yourself, because that's basically what I say every time somebody plays like an obnoxious card. They're like, hello, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. I see who you're playing, you stupid commander. All right, build orbital station around Kerbin. It's not gonna pay me enough, so I'm not gonna bother. Rescue Jansen. Yeah, we're not doing that. All right, it is time to build the most awesome lander ever. I mean, thought we were talking about Pokemon Snap. No, we're not talking about Pokemon Snap. As fun as that would be. So here is the Mark II lander cam. I believe this has an alternate one, which we're not going to be using, but it is fun to know that that exists. Oh, you know what we need to do first, though? We need to launch a satellite to scan for ores, I think. So let's quickly put together... Hold on, how much science do we have? That reminds me, I gotta go back and play the updated Pokemon Snap. Because I bought that game when they released it. I was like, damn right I'm gonna play this game. I played the shit out of the N64 version. Yeah, we'll take this one, please. So I'm like, they're making a new Pokemon Snap? I'm in. And then it like turned into a slog though, which was not great. Still fun, but just it got very, very tedious to like do some of the missions. All right, I would like the scanner. I see this is actually smaller than I thought it was gonna be. That's fine, that looks good. Then we need a antenna of some kind. What if such a thing even possible? Maybe it is. What if we did this? There's the scanner, but then we put a relay. So now this is a freaking relay satellite as well. Okay, this have the, what is this? The Hex 2. Has it always been this big? Philip wants to play Pokemon Go, but never once had a phone where it plays right. Don't bother. It was cool for a while and then it fell off. And by a while, I mean like a week. before it broke. All right, so this is 0.2 tons, which means we're going to need to counterbalance it with another 0.2 tons on the other side. That's the same as a Science Junior? You serious? Holy moly. Okay, what can we... How much is this thing? Maybe we can put that on the other side. It's 0.3 tons. Well, damn, dude. 0.15. It's very close. Man. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna put fuel tank like so. I don't want that. No, gray's fine. Gray's a good look. And then we will slap 2 of these guys on there. There. That looks okay, right? And then we throw some Gigantors on the side. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold everything. That's clipping. That's not gonna fly, chat. Not in my world. We don't do clipping around here. We have strict rules against clipping. How about a rechargeable battery? That looks good. Does the Hex 2 have a wheel? Where would I even see the reaction wheel? There it is. All right, that should be good. I don't understand how Kerbals weigh the same as sumo wrestlers and giant satellites weigh nothing. This does not weigh nothing, Rilip. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, I've changed my mind. I want to have those up there and these down here. All right, here we go. This is the ore scanning relay. It's a 2-in-1. It is both a relay, a polar relay, plus an ore scanner. This is gonna do what we want it to do. We're gonna use the Terrier because it looks good. And then we're gonna slap it inside of a big old Farron, which we're gonna, I guess, do something like that. Hello? Game? Well, all right, it's not great, but it'll work for our purposes here. I think that covers everything pretty well. Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, it's good. All right, now we need one of these guys plus an engine. I put there's an engine right there. Well, you know what I do need though, Rilip? Good point. We need the actual decoupler. But thank you for pointing that out. Try to tell me I don't have an engine on there. Are you kidding me? Are the Gigantors? They're not going to clip when they rotate. I checked. Because this is a circle, so it like moves away. So they should have enough radius. I guess I can double check. Hold on. No, they look good. And then I don't think it's gonna clip. Maybe. No, that's fine. All right, put it back. Now we need my favorite engine, the GIF. GIF. This GIF is great. And then something to get it off the ground. How about, I don't know why I'm playing with the keyboard so far out. It's hurting my arm. And then we just need something to get it off the ground. Big old Rocco Max thing here. I think a skipper ought to get the job. Oh, I guess not. We need a mainsail. Mainsail it up. Let's go. 2.09. 1800 Delta V, 2600. Yeah, that should be good. Nice. Oh, 47,000. Oh boy. Is it? Does that take away in real time? No. We just don't have enough money. What the heck? Chat, where did all my money go? I'm realizing we don't have enough to actually... Boy. What are my missions? Plant a flag, have a sentinel, gather goo, explore Eve. So we don't have that many. Well, let's get this thing launched and then we'll determine what we're gonna do. So next stop, the Mun. For some exciting scanning action. Then we're gonna build the all-in-one science mining refining. We'll give it like a cool acronym name.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
Whee! Let's turn down the thrust to weight there. We don't want to go too fast. That's another important lesson you got to learn in this game. You do want to go fast, but you don't want to go too fast, because then you start causing trouble. Trouble with a capital K, and then it rhymes with K, and that stands for Kerbal. Where did the name Kerbal come from anyway? Was that ever explained by the creator? Or was it just like something he had in the back of his mind? He's like, oh, well, I created these creatures called Kerbals, and then I needed something for them to do, so I just decided, oh, they'll have a space program. Maybe I'm misremembering, but that seems like how it went. They're like sea monkeys, but they're space monkeys. Okay, we're tipping a little bit here. That's okay. Not that big of a deal. Once we get out of... Yeah, once we get up here, I think we can start turning over in earnest. We're in prograde now. And we're good. Hey, Vulcan Rider's here. Hello, Vulcan Rider. I hope that you managed to catch. I think I saw you poking around. Emmykins was streaming. Oh, you know, I totally forgot, chat. I'll do this as soon as we get to orbit. I do have another community challenge planned, and I did set it up, but I didn't start it yet. I'm gonna start it tonight, here shortly. And that is to get Emmykins to be on stream again. She'll be streaming, but she'll be playing Kerbal Space Program. So if you want to see Emmykins attempt to play Kerbal Space Program, I'm sure it'll be hilarious. Go ahead and save up your points for that. Don't waste them on beans. I know some of you have been saving up to make me eat nasty beans, but don't do that. No, no. Spend those points on another Emmykin stream. Spend them. Not right now, because I haven't set it up yet. Oh, let's go max throttle there. Oh, we got a good thrust to weight. Looking good. Readings are optimal. No anomalies just yet. Let's go ahead and deploy that. I think we're high enough up. Probably could have done the staging a little bit better, but it was not a priority. Oh no! Rilip claimed a bean. Chat. Specifically Rilip. Why would you do that? You really want me to eat a bean? All right, hold on, I got a bean. So here's the beans, chat. You guys know them, you guys love them. I do eat them on occasion. Emmykins got 3 beans and they were all delicious apparently, which I was not happy about. I thought at least one of the 3 would have been gross, but I was clearly mistaken. Let's push this up to 75. We'll cut the engines. So let me get this guy into orbit. I'll set up the new community challenge, and then I will eat a nasty bean. Yeah, Emmykins, she increased the ratio of bad beans. Did the music stop? Or did it just get really quiet? I think it just got... Okay, the song just ended. All right. Like I said, gotta get into orbit first. Then I gotta eat a nasty bean. Then I gotta start the community challenge, so I don't have to eat any more beans. And then we're gonna send this guy off to the mun. Extend those solar panels. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. I was livid. I was livid. Emmykins was there. She saw how mad I was when all the beans she got were delicious. I mean, the buttered popcorn one isn't very good, so that's... I'm not going to say that was a delicious one, but it was not the nasty one. Is that clipping? Oh, no. Well, we'll just say it. The Kerbals are smart enough at engineering that they made it so it doesn't... there's no collision between those two parts somehow. We'll hand wave. Hey, Mighty Stoosh is here! Gotta find a VOD for me? Why do you... Gotta find a VOD for me, huh? Vulcanizer says, I'm back into Kerbal. Not sure if I mentioned that I got a new GPU. I think you may have. I'm trying to get gravity turns dialed in instead of adjusting trajectory with WASD. Good luck with that. It's not... It doesn't quite work the way you want it to most of the time. You have to design your craft around the gravity turn. Okay, we're coming up to our apoapsis here. Oh, we lost signal? Okay, that's fine. We do have limited control, which should be good enough. Oop. We'll just wait till we have signal again, I guess. Okay, where's the mun? There's the mun. So we can actually start our burn here shortly. That'll be a good time. It works so far. Well... if you can get it working, you can get it working. I've never found it in my limited experience with KSP to be necessary. Space program of the Kerbal variety. That's right, Dargino. Welcome, welcome to Kerbal Land. We are... this is supposed to be a Kerbal speedrun, but it's just... it's all falling apart. This is episode 20. Each episode is about 3 hours long. We're using the in-game timer, technically, so we're only on day 85. I don't know if that's good or bad. I wanted to try to get it under a Kerbal year, which we're still on track to do. Shoot, I mean, we could do it in under 100 days if we build the right machine here. All right, so Vulcanizer says, I get it up to 100 meters per second, flip to prograde, then use throttle. Oh, okay, if you're... yeah, if you... are using SAS to hold prograde, then you can make it work. I thought you meant without having to do any kind of controls at all, in which case probably not possible. But yeah, if you just set it to prograde, that usually does a pretty good approximation. So what brings you in today, Dargino? You a fan of the KSP, waiting for KSP 2? Riding that hype train all the way to the stratosphere and perhaps beyond? You will find that most of us in here, at least me, okay, you'll find that I specifically am pretty skeptical about KSP 2. I am cautiously pessimistic about it. It's been in development for so long. It's had so many delays. It's been in development hell. I can't imagine it's gonna deliver everything that they've said they are, but I guess we'll find out. Ooh, you're on break at work. Well, hey, I'm glad you managed to stumble in here because that's exactly how I watch Twitch, so I can relate. My guest for tomorrow canceled. Oh no! All right, so I guess for tomorrow, we're gonna have to delay the Weird Tuesday stream. So, if I think I announced it briefly last week, but we're gonna, I guess I'll talk to Alien and see if we can do a reschedule for the Weird Tuesday stream. What a bummer. But hey, that frees up my Tuesday now. That could be good. When am I gonna get a signal? Limited probe control. Until when exactly? Where's the next signal bounce I can get? Maybe I should have gone a little higher. That's good. Close enough. And now it is time to create a maneuver node to go to the mun, which means... Oh, right. Control is locked because of nonsense. Anyway. Looks like someone needs a comms network. I don't need one. I don't usually use probes. This is specifically just to go to the mun and do scan for ore, since I hadn't done that yet. But I'm not going to waste time setting up a whole comms network, because I mostly just use piloted craft. Hey, there we go. We're good now. So take me to the mun. 860. And hey, look at that. We already have an encounter. Scooch it forward a little bit. Boom. I want it to go right through the mun because we're going to be going into a polar orbit. So something like that is actually perfect. Burn is in 4 minutes and 11 seconds. All right. Hopefully we have signal then. Go ahead and point at the maneuver node. I'm not into probes. I think you're trying to make a joke there, Mighty Stooge, but I typically don't use unmanned vehicles except for satellites. I feel like it's Kerbal Space Program. Let's put the Kerbals back in the space program. Stick them in a thing. Also, I owe Rilip a bean, so hold on. Let's get you that bean, Rilip. So here I am. This is me. Ignore my fat tits. Stop looking at them. I have here the Jelly Belly Bean Boozle Jelly Bean 6th edition with 2 new flavors. And I'm gonna eat one, and hopefully it's not disgusting. So no camera trickery. Here comes the bean. All right, we have 2 beans, Rilip. You can choose from a brown one, which is liver and onions, or cappuccino, or mocha, or whatever, or the buttered popcorn one, which is gonna be gross no matter what. So Rilip, you paid for the bean. Which color would you like? Try to get it on camera. Get the macro there. Popcorn. Oh, thanks, Rilip. You're the best. Well, let's just say it was not popcorn. I'm pretty sure that's rotten egg. Yummy. Yummy. Not actually yummy. Ugh. 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 Oh, man. The Emmykins ate all the good ones. I'm kind of tempted to just start swallowing them whole so I don't have to taste them. But that defeats the purpose, right? Ugh. Ugh, it's gonna be stuck in my teeth for a while. Ugh. Do I feel lucky? No. Emmykins ate all the good ones. Now all that's left are nasty beans. All right. Still 3 minutes to go to the burn. But how's the music doing? I can't tell. I don't know. I think I need to one of these days go back and listen to some of these VODs. Make a mental note of where I asked for audio feedback. 1 bean per hour. No, just wait an hour, Vulcan. No, there'll be plenty of time to eat more beans. And yes, it is capped. Music's fine. Yeah, that was Wii. I assume Wii. Mario Kart Wii. Yes, Rainbow Road. And this is World 6, Super Mario Galaxy 2. So if you ever wanted to know what World 6 sounds like, this is it. Emmykins was hoping for the barf/peach one that she missed last time. Oh, don't worry, it's still in here. It's floating around in this sea of beans somewhere, and I'll have to eat it eventually because I gotta eat all of them. Yeah, if you get me to laugh at halftime, that's another option. I did see Arpeggiatura dropped a couple of videos. One of them is Facebook, which I can't actually access. So I won't be able to watch that one. Yeah, I prefer these to be YouTube because it's a lot easier to like click on and watch. So if you're submitting videos, try to get a YouTube version or maybe Twitter. Anything else is just asking for trouble. I guess Twitch clips work too, but who knows? All right, we are ready to go to the mun. Let's do this. Yours from Pornhub? All right, perfect. I'm excited. Is it Lemon Party? If it's Lemon Party, we're probably in the clear. It won't make me laugh though. What's this mun scan for? Well, I am currently in the process, now that I've unlocked enough science to have all the basic science collection equipment, I'm putting together an all-in-one science miner hopper thing that's gonna land on the mun, gather all the science from a biome, mine to refill its fuel tanks, and then jump to the next biome. And I'm just gonna hit every single biome and get all the science and then bring it back. And then I'll do the same thing for Minmus. And then hopefully that's enough to unlock the whole tech tree. Because if it's not, boy, we're gonna have to build some kind of crazy interplanetary contraption to get to Duna in like 30 days. 2 girls, something. Oh, that sounds fun. Dude, I'm hyped about that. 2 girls, really? Yeah, two girls at the same time? You know what I'd do if I had $1 million, chat? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and burn. Fly me to the mun. Let me play among the mun. Check out channel 9. Is that a UK thing? Like channel 4? Just keep an eye on my reading there. 20. Oh, okay. Now we're just gonna go nice and slow. Point prograde. I want to be hitting the mun square right in the face. In fact, actually, you know what I really want to do? I know this is going to sound crazy, chat, but hear me out. If I manage to crash my booster, like right here, that'll be so worth it. So I'm actually going to do that. That's the wrong way. Or radial out. It was an Office Space reference. Oh, man. Minmus is totally OP for science. That's what I thought, and then I was not getting enough science from there. Wouldn't even wait for mining science to make a biome hopper. I had done quite a bit of science stuff on Minmus and the Mun. This is just mostly to clear everything out we haven't got yet. I think that's close enough. The problem is, if I let this thing go, then, yeah, whatever, we'll do it. So much Delta V though. Well, we have 2,000, who cares? This is a one-time use thing. So drop. Turn on the Terrier. Make sure there's no Delta V there. And then we're gonna go ahead and start redoing this. Minmus gravity is so weak that a good poodle stage can hop every single biome in one. You know what? Maybe I should have done that. Seriously, when I started this back in November, I had like a semblance of a plan, but not like a real plan, if that makes sense. I figured I'll just go to the Mun, I'll go to Minmus, we'll get a bunch of science. Should be in and out, 30 minutes. Turned out not even close. Was way off. All right, here comes the time warp. Let's get her done. And then as we start approaching the Mun, I'm going to get us into an orbit. I'm too big of a... Emmykin's saying I'm too big of a baby to eat more than 1 bean an hour. I've definitely eaten more than 1 bean in an hour. I just don't want people to waste their points making me eat more than 1 bean in an hour. For maximum comedic value, I've determined that once an hour is the appropriate amount to eat on stream. Maybe if enough people are seriously saving up. Speaking of saving up, I gotta start the community challenge to get Emmykins on the stream again. Hold on. Viewer rewards. Channel points. Manage. Start. Okay, there you go. Emmykins does KSP. Go ahead, fire that up. Comedy's all about timing. It's about setup and payoff. Comedy's about a subversion of expectations. It's about a lowering of status, a lowering of class. If a rich person gets hit in the face with a pie, that's funny. If an old woman gets hit in the face with a pie, that's just sad. It could be funny, I guess. And hey, Cat's coming back. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Do you want to say hi to the new people? This is my cat, Cat. He comes up here from time to time. Do you want to say hi, or do you just want to sit there? He just wants to sit there, I guess. All right, well, you guys probably can't see him because, again, he's out of frame. But rest assured, he is here, and he is blocking the screen. All right, let me move the beans out of the way. Okay, are you done? Lay down. Don't block the screen. We've talked about this. He doesn't understand English. We've tried teaching him, but I don't think he gets it. I don't think he cares. Just looks at me like I'm crazy. Cat foiling the speedrun. Yeah, he's trying his best. I think he just wants some attention, as always. As a cat, you know, sort of what they do. I think now is as good a time as any to start going anti-normal here. This should get us in a nice polar inclination, and then we'll achieve orbit as soon as we can. Come on. It's not that hard, I assure you. I've done this before. Not in real life, mind you. I don't actually know how far up we need to be. I'll just check when we get there. Go ahead and set this for 10 seconds. And warp. There we go. The debris should impact the mun approximately where we go. Please do not hit any of the F keys. Thank you. The biggest trick to siphoning enormous amounts of science from Minmus is to have a scientist on board. Yep. I've definitely done that. But like I said, we're just going to go for the all-in-one now. Now that we've unlocked the Gravioli, I feel confident that I can put together something that'll do the job. We'll hit every single biome. I think it's 150k. Okay. Well, we need to circularize anyway, so we'll do that first. Get rid of that. All right, take me into the mun. Although I am now realizing we could have some issues with getting a signal on the far side of the mun. Could be a problem. Try to work around it. So Cat is now, he's done this thing where he like lays on his back and he's trying to be really cute. I think he wants me to touch his belly, so I'm going to attempt that. It's very soft. Seems to be enjoying it. Yep. All right. There you go. There's your belly rub. I know some cats, and also my cat, will occasionally... Ooh, how much is that? 98 science points for that impact? Chat, I think I just figured out how we're going to max out the science. If this wasn't a speedrun, I'd be launching interplanetary probes with basic reusable sensor suites. Oh, absolutely. I did a quote unquote full career at the beginning of last year where we basically went everywhere except the one thing that I wasn't able to do that I wanted to do was land on Eve with a Kerbal. And return, hopefully, but I wasn't able to even land, so we just ended kind of with a boom on Eve. Very sad, disappointing day. But then I was just like, I'll just hold off on KSP until KSP 2 comes out. But then I was thinking, you know what? People love watching KSP, like all the KSP streamers that I watch, they get tons of views. So I'll do something with regular KSP for a bit. See if that works. Rip Val. Yep. I don't even know if, especially on hard, because I think heating gets turned up, like re-entry heating is turned up. So it makes it even more difficult because you can't use a standard design on YouTube that you see because most people are going to be playing on normal. But I play on hard because otherwise there's not a whole lot of challenge to the game. Wow, we really did get a lot of science from that. That's awesome. So if we just launched like a huge rocket and slammed it into the mun, you're telling me we could get like 1,000 science. So Dargino is trying to get a Kerbal down to the Eve surface and back again for a trip around the Kerbal system before KSP 2 comes out. That's a pretty admirable goal. I think I lost patience with this game. Because on one hand, it's... once you know the basics, it's ridiculously easy. But then some things are like landing on Eve and taking back off. It's like, it's all in the engineering. And it's like, I don't have the time to put into designing this like insane craft that can do all these things. And I don't know. I get bored of it. If I did a direct descent to Mun, I could get a lot. You'd be screaming. Oh, that's true. If I just really like slammed on the gas. We'll call it Operation Mun Slam. A good idea. Rilip, we're going to try that. If it comes down to it and we just have to start shooting rockets at the Mun to get science. Because that is entirely possible we'll get to that point. All right, so Rilip's at 150, so let's try like 200 to start with, and then we'll go from there. And there we go. And we're going to use this as a sort of a guideline for getting a 90-degree type situation going. This is going to be normal. That's what we want. Do you reckon you'd get more science if you launched cluster rockets? I think it's based on mass, so I don't think it matters. So just the more mass and the closer to the sensor, so the closer I get it to this little spot right here, and the more mass and the faster it's going, I think would give me the best science. I'm sure there's a calculation for it I could look up, but I don't know what it is. Maybe somebody does. Maybe we have like a real Kerbal expert in the chat. Normal? Normal. Just want to get to a nice 90-degree inclination here. There we go. 90.1 is close enough. Close enough for government work and Kerbal work. You want it to be in a certain range. Oh, you don't want it to be right on top of it. Oh, no, you're talking... Okay, Rilip, when you say you want it to be a certain range from the sensor, do you mean the seismometer or the ore scanner? Because there's two different things going on right now. And okay, prograde here. Start raising Periapsis. And no, you don't need an exact polar orbit. I just like to have an exact polar orbit because it looks better. You want the crash to happen at a certain range from the seismometer. Okay. You know what? I'll look up the calculation here in a second, and I will try to determine where the best place is to crash into the mun to get maximum science. Cat, I realize you're being very cute right now. It is great. I wish I could show chat, but we don't have the technology to have multiple cameras on the stream yet. Oh no, it was a trap. Oh no, he got my hand. Okay, I'm taking my hand back. You don't get to have that. Maybe you could even set up a mining factory to create ore specifically to crash it into the mun for science. I mean, it's not so much the ore itself, it's that you'd have to send it up in an ore tank. Maybe, you know what the best thing to do, maybe? Redirect an asteroid to slam into the surface. That could be a fun task. Just grab an asteroid, redirect it, slam it right into the surface of the mun. You don't have to build anything other than the grabber. And I'm sure the mass is super high on those things. And the bonus is you don't have to launch it, so you save a lot of money on that. And if you bring enough fuel, if your tug is good enough, it could be reusable even. All right, are we... Wapsis, this is so silly. Let me just see if I can do it now. Go ahead and deploy the scanner. All right, please form the orbital survey. There we go. We did it, chat. Uploading data. Thank you. Hey, there it is. Granted, the ore doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, we're just grabbing what we can from wherever we land. Oof. Man, the lack of ore on hard is so disheartening sometimes. There's a nice equatorial spot there. Oh, ooh. And even the whatever that crater is called. I think we have it marked as the East Far Side crater, which is definitely not correct. East Far Side, no, because this is not the Far Side. The real East Far Side crater is over here. I don't know what this one is called. Can you imagine being a 5 kilometers from a large asteroid impact? I hope I never am. But I assume it's not good. I don't think anyone's around to talk about it though. Eileen's wreckage. We haven't cleared that out yet. All right. Well, we did the scan, so let's head on back. It's time to make some money. Get maximum science from about 4 to 5 kilometers away. Why not go a step further? Redirect the comet. I would have to find a comet first, and I don't know if we have time for that. Test a Twitch liquid fuel engine in flight over Kerbin at an altitude of 43,000. We could do that. We can just throw the test monkey out there and knock out a quick one. Wasn't there, so the Tunguska event, that like mysterious explosion in Siberia, like however many, like hundreds of years ago, like maybe 200 years ago, was that was theorized as being, in addition to being Nikola Tesla's death ray or whatever, people think it's like a comet or an asteroid that slammed into the earth, just flattened an entire section of forest and tundra. Yeah, we need the test monkey for this. Show me the test monkey. What? Oh, it's this stupid thing. All right. Give me a parachute, please. Get rid of the monoprop. Do the white one. Give me a decoupler. Not that one. And we'll just throw together something nice and simple to get us up to speed. And the Twitch, I believe, is the side-mounted one that we used for our lander, for our little, whatchamacall. Do something like this. We'll even have a separate engine that we can use. Maybe a swivel. Coupler. Yeah, screw it. Let's give it an SRB. Maybe not a kickback. Maybe just like a thumper would be good. I don't need anything too crazy for this. But I really hope that the rocket creation in KSP2 is better than this. You actually get better science going further away than being close. It really punishes you for being close, which is just ass backwards. It's thought that it exploded in the air rather than hitting. It was an air burst of an asteroid, which makes sense. I mean, you slam into Earth's atmosphere going at hypersonic speeds, you're going to create a lot of heat, a lot of air resistance. Depending on what the asteroid is made of, it could just go pop. All right. Then we need the twitches, which go here. And those are going to turn on here. And I would like these to not be so darn powerful. That's probably good enough. So they want me to go to 43,000 meters to 48,000 meters, going between 50 and 240 meters per second. All right, that's going to be a tough one, but I think we should be able to pull it off here. The close range punishment's supposed to be for people who set up the science and then immediately crash their rocket on purpose right next to the sensor. Maybe. Or they're just, it wants to test the propagation through the lunar surface. Maybe they're simulating that somehow.
Tell the crew to push the whopper button.
All right, here we go. This is Jebediah. All right, Jebediah is just going to go out for a nice little test drive here. He doesn't usually get to do these anymore because, you know, he's doing real science. Doing real space missions. He's not a test pilot anymore. Let's have this up. Keep an eye on all of our readouts. So 43,000 to 48,000. That's a pretty narrow band. And the speed is especially going to be tough because that's pretty low speeds for those altitudes. What are some other... I mean, there was the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, of course. There was the... whatever it was that hit Earth that created the moon. I think people think that was like a rogue planet. Or like a massive asteroid. Like maybe like a Ceres-sized asteroid. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of impacts over Earth's lifetime. Not as many as we could have had, I suppose. I mean, look at the moon. It's covered in craters. From what I understand, Jupiter takes a lot of the hits for us. Just a real bro of a planet out there. Are we gonna have enough Delta V for this, chat? Slightly concerned now. So here goes that. Oh, okay, that's yeah, let's slow this down here. That's a little bit too fast. Let's keep pointing prograde. Even the music realized that that was too much. It broke. The moon kind of helps. Oh yeah, that's true. I wonder, I'm sure there's been some kind of study done. Some scientist out there who's a genius is like thinking about this kind of stuff. How much did the moon affect the ability of life to evolve on Earth? Like how much did that play a role in between tidal forces, blocking life-destroying asteroids from slamming into the planet? I mean, you know, don't tell the dinosaurs. And just like stuff like that. How much, how big of a role has the moon played in evolution? That's what I want to know. Somebody do a test. Somebody do a study. Put something together out there. Hey, we did it. Okay. And now I guess we just gently fall back down to the surface. There was a big one in Russia a few years ago. Not that it was that big in the grand scheme of things, but it did something like $1 billion worth of damage. And Dargino says life would not exist as we know it if the moon didn't happen. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't exist as we know it because basically everything would have to happen in a specific way for life as we know it to happen. Without the moon, seasons would be like 5 times more intense. Do bring on the snow, but please leave the heat at home if that's at all possible. Are the Twitches? Okay, the Twitches are working. Good. Wonder how much we can actually realistically slow down here. I mean, it's doing a pretty good job now. You get both. Yeah, I get both. That's how it feels to live in Minnesota sometimes. It's like, oh, the winters must suck. For normal people, yes, I love the snow, I love the cold, so it doesn't bother me. But then you have to be like, oh yeah, but the summers are also brutal because it's like living in a swamp and everything's hot and humid and there's bugs. Whereas at least if you live in the South, you know what you're getting into. It's like, okay, it's hot and humid all year round and there's bugs all the time. And if you live, I don't know, I'm sure Canada has the same problem with like miserable summers. Whoa, okay, we're switching to surface, I guess. Do I wear shorts in the winter? I wear shorts until it goes below freezing. So if it drops below 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit, I switch to pants. But I'm wearing shorts under the pants in the event that it gets warm enough to wear the shorts only. But normally I would wear shorts as much as possible. I mean, I'm wearing shorts now because I'm inside and I don't like wearing pants if I don't have to. Oh, okay, that was a lot of force. Let's go ahead and drop that. Go ahead and pop the chutes. Good work, Jeb. You've done a great test here today. I hope I hope we got more money than we spent on this stupid thing. It gets below freezing. It does get below freezing here in Minnesota. Yes, it does. Then it snows and then everybody bitches about it. I go into work on the... Basically, this is how it is all winter. I go into work. Somebody's like, did you see it was gonna snow? And then someone's like, oh, don't even talk about snow. And I'm like, who cares? Like, you live in Minnesota. It's gonna snow like 3 months out of the year if we're lucky. Sometimes it snows more, and then I'm lucky. Or then it'll be like, oh my gosh, there was so much snow. I had to plow my driveway. Oh, I had to shovel my sidewalk. It's like, yep, that's how it is. Oh boy, Dargino's an Australian and can comfortably say I've never once experienced natural snow in my area. I have heard, yeah, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I think I've heard that it snows in Tasmania, but that it doesn't really snow anywhere else on the continent. Okay, are the chutes gonna pop here, or am I gonna slam into the ground going 1,000,000 miles a second here? There we go. Sometimes I don't trust the parachutes in this game. Okay, cat's going down. You guys might be able to see it. Nope, he was out of frame the whole time. Very elusive, that guy. Vulcan Rider's got a buddy in Anchorage that sent me pictures of 6 inches of snow in shorts and flip-flops in September. Dude, that sounds awesome. The thing is, in Alaska, for most of Alaska, at least the places where most of the people live, it's actually warmer there than it is here because of the ocean. There's like the warm ocean air goes over the coast and keeps everything relatively, yes, cold, but not like 40 below like we get here a lot of the time. Rilip is making a good point. He says, the list of things you trust in this game, for those of you who don't know, I do have a list of things that I don't trust, which is longer than the list of things I do trust. It includes robotics parts, unmanned probes, time warp, physics warp. I don't even remember. It's so long. It'll get down to 65 below in Anchorage. That sounds pretty nice. But yeah, it does get really chilly here, and we don't have, at least the part of Minnesota I'm in does not have the lake to mediate the temperature. So if you go up a little more northerly, but even if you go up north, then it gets even colder though. So you're trading one problem for another. Recover, yes. Drez gotta be #1 on the list of things to not trust. I don't trust any of the other planets. I definitely don't trust Eve. I like Ike. Ike is all right. All right. All right. Test large landing gear splashdown. We're not going to do that. Build a new surface outpost. I mean, that is a considerable advance. But it wants me to have a facility supporting 20 Kerbals and 6,000 units of fuel, which is a lot. 20 Kerbals by itself, it's like what, 5 habitation modules? Not gonna happen. Test hydraulic detachment manifold. I mean, that's free money, we'll take it. Never turn down free money, chat. How did you not move back to Watertown if you like snow so much? I moved from Watertown when I got out of the army, and I let Emmykins pick where we lived, so that's how. She picked here, and I have not bothered to move, so now we live here forever. I like snow a lot, but not enough to move someplace specifically for the snow. All right, hydraulic detachment manifold. That's this big fella. Just throw a couple of clamps on there. And we're gonna turn the force like 5%. Because I already know this thing's just gonna explode. So let's grab Bowler. And there's the manifold. Save it, launch it, let's do it. Eve is trustworthy. You can trust it to slap your ass so hard it vaporizes from friction heating. Can we cook someone's ass by dropping it from orbit? On Eve, yes. Hey, it didn't break that time. Nice. Free money, chat. Always take the free money. I'm not blaming Emmykins for moving here. I specifically said when I got out of the army said, you can move anywhere you want in the entire country, nay, the world. And so I said, okay, well, I'll ask my wife because, you know, I don't want to move someplace she doesn't like. She's like, let's move close to my family. We'll move to Minnesota. And I'm like, okay, that sounds great. Whatever. And then we moved here, and then we've not left since, and we've been living here for 10 years. So there you go. Okay, let me put it this way. If somebody came to me and was like, hey, if you move to this place, I will pay for your move and give you a job and guarantee that you make enough money to like afford to live here, I would take that immediately. Well, okay, there's some caveats there. It would have to be someplace that I wanted to live already. It couldn't just be like, hey, do you want to move to Mississippi? Because in that case, absolutely not. If they're like, hey, do you want to move to like Oregon, Washington, California even? I mean, if they're going to offer to pay me enough to live in California, I'll take it. I don't care how many mudslides, wildfires, or flooding, or whatever else they get. I don't care. I would love to live in California again. Be a good time. Hull Sepratron. Do we want to do another test one? We want you to haul it. We just haul it? That's it? Sure, why not? That's an easy job. And in fact, I made this argument. So I've told you guys about the white supremacist wedding that I ended up going to in Pennsylvania, right? I've told this story a couple times. If you haven't heard this story before, the gist of it is I went to my friend from the Army's wedding. Turned out there were a ton of white supremacists there. It was very uncomfortable. I was not having a good time. And then I swore never to go to another wedding again for as long as I lived. Anyway, while I was there, somebody who is not from Minnesota was like, oh, well, you wouldn't want to live up in the Twin Cities because of, you know, all of those people. And I'm like, if somebody offered me a job and a place to live in the cities, I would move there like that. And he's like, oh, okay. So that's where this is coming from. All the mudslides you can drink in California, and the streets are paved with cheese. I remember the wedding story where they were all acting like adult babies, but I don't remember the white supremacist bit. All the people who were acting like adult babies were all white supremacists, yes. Not all, well, not all of, no, all the ones, yes, all the ones that were acting like babies absolutely were. The other people, like the normal people that I interacted with, who just were like invited for one reason or another, they were okay. Most of the people there were actually fine. It was just it was a handful of individuals who I will not bother naming because you wouldn't know them and they don't watch this channel. It doesn't really matter. What are we doing? We're making doing something with a Sepratron here. Haul Sepratron into flight above Kerbin, 11,000 meters, 370 meters per second. Okay, we can do that. That's an easy build. So give me... Yeah, I guess we could have stuck with that. I don't know why I got rid of it. No, wait. Give me a swivel. Give me some Sepratrons. Sepratron. There you are. Beautiful. All right, throw on a decoupler. Rilip is not surprised by the overlap. Yeah. I almost didn't go because of the nonsense they were talking, but I'm like, you know, it's my buddy from the army. I felt like I had to go. I guess now I know you never have to do anything. If we've learned anything from reading all those Am I the Asshole posts, you can just say no and like not do anything for anyone ever. And then you can post about it on Reddit even. It's a good time. Okay, this is the same design we used before. We could have done this so much easier. Maybe 1.3-ish. 1.2 is fine. We will throw Jebediah back in, because I trust him to be able to handle this. Get a water slide. Let me get a water drink here. I am drying myself out tonight, chat. It is getting bad. That's another downside of winter in Minnesota, is it is dry as heck, man. You would think the land of 10,000 lakes, it would be a little more humid, but all the water freezes, which I guess means there's no humidity in the air. Is this enough to do what we needed to do? I think it is. All right. Jeb, we salute you. Mighty Stoosh thought it was just my sense of humor that's dry. I mean, there's that too, sure.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
Hold on. That was a little, a bit premature. Here we go. Tip on over. You know what game I got? I know we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, but at the end, or maybe it was just last week, at the end of the summer sale, or the winter sale, I ended up picking up Graveyard Keeper. Uh-oh. Rilip just said, Virgin 1 failed to reach orbit. Ripperoni. I hope it was it the, I'm hoping it didn't explode. It just had some kind of technical issue. I haven't really been following Virgin. Mighty Stoosh convinced us, convinced me to get it. I did get it. Now I regret it, but I've been having a little bit of fun playing it. It's very hectic. Like, I always feel like there's something going on and I'm not doing something I should be doing. which I don't know if that's a feeling you want to have in your games. But here we are. I didn't even need this extra stage. I just wasted money. Whatever. Let's go. Then I think I'm just gonna skip all the staging here. Go ahead and decouple. And hope that nothing crashes into me here. The beginning, you're like, what day is it? Should I be doing something? Is this a portal track? I don't. This could be a portal track. Let me check. Yep, it is. It's Portal 2. Very good ear. I know my parachute's not staged. I haven't popped it yet. I'm gonna wait till we flip over here in a second. Once we start actually going down, I'll feel a little more comfortable popping the chutes. So the issue I've been having with the game is that, I mean, I guess it doesn't, there's not a time limit, but I'm trying to be as efficient as I can be. And then the bodies keep coming in and I'm like, oh God, I got to deal with all these bodies. Or, oh no, it's church day. I got to run my church service. Or, I need more stone. I need more whatever. I need this. I need that. I have the same problem with Stardew, honestly, is that I can't ever just take a chill day. I feel like I always have to be making progress. And I don't know if that's an American thing or a gamer thing or a man thing or something. Maybe just a me thing. Because in my real life, I basically never ever make any progress of any kind. So maybe I'm compensating for that. Whereas in video games, I'm like, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta get this. I was playing Stationeers with my friends yesterday. And they goof around so much, chat. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, guys, please, I need you guys to do this, this, and that. And then the other one's like, they start like having a little kick fight or something. And I'm like, oh, what are you guys doing? We're gonna die. We need materials. I'm trying to build a base. So, ugh, I don't know. Rainbow Yeti wants me to call him a bad word. Rainbow Yeti, you are a monochrome Sasquatch 666. That's terrible. Rainbow Yeti, you suck so much that you were once mistaken for a vacuum. Rainbow Yeti, you are a awful, horrible person who is spending points on these redeems. You know what? I'm glad you're spending your points on these redeems, because otherwise you'd be saving them up for beans, and that's no good. I already had to eat one nasty bean tonight, and I just realized it's halftime. So once this lands, we're gonna head on over to the internet and we're gonna look at some funny videos that have been submitted by chat. If you would like to submit a video for me to watch and laugh at, hopefully, feel free to put it in the Discord channel now, or if you don't want to join the Discord for whatever reason, you can just drop a link in the chat. Just make sure it is appropriate for Twitch. And we're gonna head over there as soon as we splash down. So get ready. Put on your laughing goggles. You're gonna need them. It's about to get beanie. You guys remember Hacky Sack? When I was in high school, for some reason I thought, this happened many times in high school, I thought that if I played Hacky Sack, that would make me cool and attractive. Turns out it does neither. And I think that says a lot about me, that I thought that that would be cool and or attractive. But the reason I bring that up is because I just said the word beanie, which in addition to being an adjective of or relating to beans, is also the name of a hat that someone who plays hacky sack probably wears. All right, laughing goggles on. Prepare to not laugh at these awful videos submitted by you here in chat. Let me open up a browser. Head on over to there. Gonna be right back, chat, while I set up the scene. And where are you? Firefox? No, that's Twitch. We want YouTube. Submitted by you, the people. That's right. You guys are submitting these. I am the one simply not laughing at them because they're not funny. Or if they are funny, it's because I'm trying really hard not to laugh. So there's that. Okay, so we got that one. We've got this one. Just loading them up so I don't have to be putting stuff in constantly. I can't watch the Facebook one, so we're going to skip that because I don't have a Facebook account. And one more from Mighty Stoosh. Again, if you have more to put in, now is your chance. But if not, we're going to get started by heading over here. Okay, that's working now. You pause the music. This is from Jacob Collier, who, that name sounds very familiar, but we're going to figure out what this is. Oh, it's kind of loud. Hopefully I'm not blowing anyone's eardrums out. Hold up. That is quite loud. This is just cool. It's not really funny. Okay, how bad was that for sound wise? Hey, I don't have any beans. If I laugh at one, can you eat a bean for me? You know what? Dargino, I'll make you a deal. If you follow, I will eat a bean for you. How does that sound? I mean, it's a terrible deal for me because you can just immediately unfollow afterwards. But if you do, I will eat a bean. So that's my deal for you. That was just a cool video. That wasn't funny at all. All right, here we have someone trying to teach their dog math, which is not going to work.
1 + 1 = 2. Does that make sense?
All right.
Does that make
you
sense?
You actually followed.
It doesn't.
Okay. If I had one treat and then I had another treat and I added...
No.
That's actually pretty funny. Trying to teach your dog math, not going to work. All right. I don't need to eat a bean. Okay, I won't. If you say I don't need to eat a bean, I won't eat a bean, but thanks a lot for the follow. Let me give you one of these.
Excellent!
I'm sure I'll laugh at one of these because I've already been prepped from that dog video. I don't know what that guy was doing with the little voice things, but that's wonderful. All right, here we go. Perfect 92-degree angle.
So we got tool demonstration legend Cataract Bob here, demonstrating his Buck Rogers welding gun, one of my personal favorites.
You're blocking the video,
past
dude.
Life, he was a welding expert, not so much in this life. Now he just resorts to demonstrating welding products on galvanized steel, mind you, without goggles. So
He's wearing glasses. It's fine.
You gotta pay the guy some respect, though. I mean, look at that.
How bright can it be?
Doesn't even care. Weld that beam on there at a perfect 92-degree angle. Godspeed, Bob.
I don't know anything about welding. I don't know if that was bad. That looked fine to me, although it broke at the end there. All right, last one. Try not to laugh. Part 1 clean. This is 4 minutes long. But you know what? Let's just run through it. I feel like I've seen this before. Mighty Stoosh, did you submit this before? Or did maybe somebody else submitted it? Or maybe it's just it's a different collection of videos. Just tell Avengers. All right, we'll go to the Avengers and then we'll stop. We have to at least go to the Avengers.
When
Yep. Elmo.
Mr. Williams! Elmo, what are you going to do with that stick?
Oh, there's lots of things you can do with this stick, Elmo.
Here comes the car. There it is. Here come, yep, there's the bouncing seals. Uh-oh, there's the frog. There's too much editing.
Tornado. Are you ready, Larry? This is going to be delicious. This is a candy corn tornado. Yum, yum.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, that was corny.
That was corny.
Macaroni
Oh,
with the chicken.
this one, I think this one almost got me last time. Yep, all right. Then the Avengers show up.
Assemble.
Yeah. Okay. The macaroni with the whatever, that the stupid guy who's in the foam, the shaving foam. That one almost gets me just because it's so absurd. Yep, so we've definitely seen this one before. I remember all these. But hey, you know what? Dargino followed. I promised a bean, and then I was gonna not eat the bean because I thought I was gonna laugh. I didn't laugh, but I will eat a bean because I know you guys love watching me eat these disgusting things. Absurdity, got it. It depends, because it can't just be pure Zoomer humor. You can't just throw 100 clips in 60 seconds and then expect me to laugh. I mean, maybe I will. I mean, if you throw enough shit at the wall, some of it'll stick. You know, let's eat a bean, then I'll talk more about it. Oh, old bandage. We haven't had one of these in a while. So this is either pomegranate or old bandage. I'm going to eat it now and hope that it's not old bandage. Ooh, oh no, it's old bandage. Oh, this one's really bad. Oh. The pity beans are always good, but they're not. Arpeggiature is playing some Dark Souls. Well, you're just in time for me to eat this disgusting bean. Ooh. Ooh. It's either old bandage or pomegranate is much worse than I remember. Also, who is this lady?
What would you do if there was a child right in front
Milano.
of you?
I'm the real.
Nah, now I can laugh. Yeah, the very first bean that I ate was a old bandage. Ugh. Yeah, it tastes like plastic. Okay. All right. Enough of those. You know what? I forgot. I didn't even go to the big one. I didn't go to the big, so you guys could only see me on the small screen. I'm sorry, chat. I forgot. Whatever. It was a pity bean. It doesn't even count. But I think the timer is up. So if somebody wants to pay me to eat a bean, now's your opportunity. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and head back over to KSP. Because I know that's why the majority of people are here. People don't come here to watch me eat beans. They come here to watch me play Kerbal Space Program. And resume. What was I doing? Recover component. Conduct gravimetric surveys of min-miss. No, I'd rather not. All right. So we have 69,000.
69, dudes!
I don't think that's going to be enough to design this thing that we're building here. So the all-in-one minor science collection minor vehicle. There, the iScumv. And I did laugh at that one, but I had already eaten the bean, so it didn't count. So there. Drop the lander can. We are gonna have the fuel tanks on top. we are going to have the science in the side. So give me all the science. And we're gonna move it around. Zoop. Excuse me? You want to come out and play with the rest of us? You know, I seriously do not understand how these little door things are meant to work, because it's like you can put stuff in here, but you gotta like fiddle with it to get it to work properly. Okay, there's the barometer. Throw some mystery goo in there. How about a seismometer? How about the gravioli? Oh, that's extremely expensive. Okay. To unlock and to build. I think that's everything. Yes, that's all the science. Aside from the Science Junior. Close it up. Then where does the Science Junior go, I wonder? You could just go on top like that. We'll worry about it later. We're not even gonna have enough to actually build this. Then we need the refiner, which is here. We can't even afford to unlock all this stuff. What the heck? We got no money. This is bad. Magnetometer? Yeah. Wait. The magnetometer works in space only, doesn't it? I don't think it works on the surface. Okay, we really need money here. How much does the bailout grant give us? Attach a new part. Plant a flag. We don't even have anybody on the MUN to plant a flag right now. Can we just take one? Finish construction of a rover on the surface of MUN. Oh man. That gives us a ton of money. All right, screw it. We're gonna try this one. Even though I've never had good luck with these in the past, I need the money. This sounds like a spore track. This is absolutely a spore track. You have great taste in video games and music for that matter. Yeah, man. I was just watching a video the other day about Spore and how it it didn't live up to expectations, I guess we'll say. And it always like bums me out when I think about the amount of excitement I had for that game, because the GDC talk that Will Wright gave was in 2005. And I was in high school. My buddy's like, dude, you gotta see this video. This game looks amazing. And I was immediately hooked because I had been playing the Sims games since I was a kid, you know? So here's the guy, he made the Sims. He made all these games that I love. And he's like, so in this game, you can basically do your living life as an organism. And it's procedurally generated and blah, 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 blah. And my brain just shut down. I was like, this is the ultimate game of all time. I'm super hyped. Okay, so here's our little friend. He's got some... What big eyes you have. This is kind of an interesting design for a rover. It's doing that thing that it always does and sliding down the surface of the MUN, but whatever. What does it need? It needs... Yeah, what does it need actually? Why can't it go? Chat, how do I see what it's missing? It has power. How do I make it go? Go. It doesn't seem like it's broken at all. It's got 4 wheels. It's got power. It's got a signal. Yeah, I played the game and Spore was in fact kind of... I know I kind of went off on a tangent there. But yes, then the game finally came out And at that point, I'd already joined the army. I was like sort of in a shitty place in my life anyway. But then to play this game that I'd been so hyped for, and then it's just like not great. It's a real bummer. Locked. Steering is on. Motor is on. How do I make it go, chat? Settings. Oh, I can't mess with the stuff here, huh? Like it. The contract should say what it needs. It just says, what does it say? Finish construction, move the rover, move unfinished the Mun Seeker, blah, 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 to zone, blah, blah, blah on the Mun. It doesn't say anything is specifically wrong with it. It just says I need to move it. But I don't know why it won't move, because it has power and it has wheels. Like, one of the ones that I did of this, it didn't have wheels. Did I... I'm using WASD. It's not doing anything. It's not turning the wheels. It's not even shifting the center mass. I guess it doesn't have a reaction wheel. Hibernation is off. These are off. But I can turn them on if I need to. Auto strike disabled. Power. Alt F4. Okay, hold on. Let me try that one real quick. Let me try Alt F4. I'm not gonna try. I know what Alt F4. Does it need an antenna? No, it's got signal. I have full probe control. Data RX cannot transmit. So it doesn't. It says full probe control, so it should let me do something with it, but I can't figure it out. Are the brakes on? Good question. They are. Okay. Problem solved. The brakes were on. Hey, we got it. Okay, now where do I need to go? It doesn't seem like anything's wrong with it. I guess it didn't have an antenna, but like that's not an issue. If I have a relay. Okay. Well, hey, here we go. This is free money then. I don't even have to send something out to fix it. Like maybe if one of the wheels were broken or something, I could see that happening. Or keep an eye on the power. In case we need to run the fuel cells for whatever reason. Thank you for Rilip. No, Dargino, you pointed that out. That the brakes were on. Thank you for noticing. I totally forgot brakes were a thing in this game. Let's take it nice and slow up the hill. Kind of nice it's not solar powered. Driving 11 kilometers at 3 meters per second is going to take roughly 4,000 seconds. You got someplace else to be? Rilip? Someplace you got something going on tonight? Listen, the video game is like the background for the content. We're here to talk about big issues, the big issues facing the world today. Number one, tell me more about this Virgin thing that didn't go well. Since you're apparently following the news, because I was not. I don't think you have the electric power to drive for an hour. Well, if it comes to that, is it really 11 kilometers? Is that really where I'm going? Shit. We're fine. It has fuel cells, so we just got to run the fuel cells. It's separated from the plane, but didn't get to orbit. Was it manned? Were there people in it? Or was it just a unmanned thing? It didn't get to orbit. How do you put that much work into something and then it just doesn't work? Like, that's awful. Imagine someone putting all that much time and work into something and then it just fails at the end, the very last second. Who's still a virgin? Yeah, good question. Who is still a virgin? I think he's talking about extra virgin olive oil. I don't know why they call it that. I'm sure it has something to do with how it's processed. But it is a little bit weird to use the same word. Uncrewed, but the payload is likely destroyed. Ah, bummer. I guess we're stuck with SpaceX for the time being. Until they can get Spin Launcher up and running. Remember that? Where they're going to yeet stuff into orbit. Somebody actually left a comment on one of my videos, one of my old VODs, where we were talking about spin launch. And they were saying that it's not going to work. It's like a scam. Or no, what were these? They were like, there is actually a company that's doing it or something like that. I'm like, yeah, it's probably not going to work. It's probably like the physics just aren't in its favor. It was a virgin olive oil rocket. Yeah, I don't think olive oil has enough chemical energy in it to actually get a rocket to orbit. They probably do because it's just called olive oil. Philip, what was that about not having enough electric charge to get there? You're gonna be eating your hat very shortly. This is going to take a while though, so we are going to have to fill the dead air with something. I'm open for suggestions. I think somebody mentioned they were going to cash in a bean. Was that still going to happen? I don't have a hat. Still waiting on my beanie to come in. Does your beanie have a bean on it? Maybe I should get a beanie that has a bean on it that I can wear during the streams under my Pink Kitty headphones, of course. It's extremely important that these stay on. What are some other things that I thought would be cool when I was in high school? I wanted to learn how to skateboard. I wanted to learn to play the guitar, which playing the guitar is still cool and attractive. It's just also much more difficult than punk rock bands would have you think. It has, oh, you ordered an Urban logo and an Ice King of Space logo beanie. That's pretty cool. I don't have a logo. I should probably create one at some point. I know, hey, if Sartari was here, maybe Sartari would have some ideas. I'd pay for a good logo. We have an indoor skateboard park coming to the mall. Nice. I never learned to skateboard, of course. I just wanted to learn to skateboard because I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I have to learn how to do this in real life. And then I proceeded to not learn how to do this in real life because it's kind of dangerous and I am not great doing things that potentially will get me killed. Mighty Stoosh is pointing out my little shards. Those are not my logo. I guess they could be. I do own those. I actually own that particular piece of art because I paid for it. Philip says, my daughter asked for a skateboard, but it has sat on the floor of her room ever since with the helmet. Yep, that's basically what mine ended up doing. Guitar. Okay, Arpeggiator is saying guitar is dangerous too because you could break out in a sweat. I would say it's dangerous to me specifically because my fingers will hurt and I'm a big baby. So that's not gonna fly for me. Can't believe we're driving this thing 11 kilometers. It's ridiculous. All right, other stuff I thought was cool. So I was in middle school and 9th grade. So 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, I was living in Germany. So for a good three to 3.5 years, I missed out on a majority of pop culture in the US at that time. So if somebody can fill me in briefly, what happened in the US between 2001 and 2004? Then maybe I can have some closure. Rilip has some German dessert sauce in the pantry. I ought to make some. Reality TV took over everything. I do remember Survivor being quite big. Story time. Tell us about the worst bean I've ever had. It's the barf bean. It's hands down, it is the barf bean. Oh, we're here. We did it. Holy shit, we just got $414,000 for doing literally nothing. I can't believe it. I'm gonna hit the brakes now. We didn't even have to go all the way. Easy money. We drove for 5 minutes. We didn't have to fix anything, and they just gave me money. Maybe they couldn't figure out how to turn off the brakes either. They're like, it won't go. Can you send someone to fix it? Like, sure, let me take a look at it. But there we go. We did it. We did it, chat. Now it's gonna slide around. But that is not my problem. Going back to the Space Center. Yeah, get cheated, KSP contract. That's right. That'll show you to make me do one of those stupid contracts. Rilip was in college. I don't remember anything except 9/11 and the Patriot Act. We did? I didn't. I mean, I was living on an army base at the time, so when that happened, there was like insane levels of security at the checkpoints. So, and I lived off base. So when I went to school, I rode on a bus, of course, because, you know, it's a long drive. So we'd all get on the bus, it'd pick all the kids up, it would drive us onto the base, we'd have to sit in line, there'd be these big checkpoints, they'd use these mirrors to check under the bus for bombs, because that's just what they did. They'd come on the bus, make sure we were all kids going to school. It was really obnoxious. Speaking of contracts that are easy, space tourism. I've never found those to be easy, because they usually don't pay out very much. And they're always like, oh, well, if you could just take me to Minmus and then do an orbit around the Mun, that would be great. But we have enough money now. I guess we can finally design this thing. Open this thing. So we need the Convertatron. There it is. And actually, if I'm remembering correctly, we're also going to need another smaller fuel tank. Then we're going to need some ore. We're going to need the miners. So the drills. We're going to have 2 drills. Like so. Then we're going to need the engine. What kind of engine? We're going to use the Poodle because it's has the lowest profile. Then we're going to grab a couple of girders. Like so. We're going to get... Hold on, where are the cargo tanks? What is cargo under? Is that under fuel tank or radial holding tanks? That'll do it. Kind of small, aren't they? Can we just... Oh, we can just slap them right there. That's perfect. That's a... Oh, that's beautiful design. Okay. Then we grab landing legs. Grab the strut. This is going to be tough. Oh, no, just kidding. It's not. All right. So just put those up. Try to avoid any... What's the word I'm thinking of? Collision. As much as I can. You guys know how I feel about clipping. Let me go up. And out. And up. Beautiful. There we go. One good early run of easy passengers can net well over 1 million. I don't know about that. Not on hard. Okay, so that looks great. Let's make sure that when the things are down, it actually is low enough. It is. It's perfect. These will deploy properly. Actually, we can probably slide those up a bit. All right, that looks good. Go ahead and undeploy. Next, we need, of course, the solar power. Grab the Gigantors here. Nap them. And we also need radiators. Wait a minute. Oh, radiators. There we go. We don't have the deployable ones? What the heck? Really? Thermal control system. Oh, jeez. Okay, we don't need that big a one. Or do we? That's quite large, chat. I think that might be a little bit overkill for our needs. Let's grab the medium one. Yeah, the large one is quite large. There we go. Doesn't clipping send the game out of whack too? Not really. I mean, I don't like the way that it looks personally, but it doesn't break the game from what I've seen. All right, let's retract that, retract that. Then we need to decide what to do with the Science Junior. That's the biggest concern right now. Let's also make sure that this works on the MUN. 5.84, I can work with that. I think that's good enough for us to wait. Tries to give your contracts that you do often. And once rep gets really high, you can get multiple contracts for 6 passengers each, all paying 40k-ish base for a single orbit around Kerbin. Simple orbit. I mean, maybe. I've never had a lot of luck with tourism contracts, so I never bothered with them. I mean, there might be some Z fighting between parts that are clipped together, but they don't typically cause physics issues unless you specifically set them up to do that. All right, I think we're gonna take the Science Junior off here, and we're gonna do something with it in the middle. So if we grab the Rocco Max. Hold up. Grab another Rocco Max. Beautiful. There is no way that this design can fail, right, chat? Let me grab a strut to make sure. Oh, struts are right here. What am I doing? There, perfect. I call it the virus. It lands places, takes what it needs, and then leaves. Now we just got to get this thing to the moon. Okay, what does KSP say anything? Okay, parachute missing, that's fine. Missing ladder, that's fine. Electric charge generator with storage lacking, we can fix that. That's not an issue. You could grab a battery here. Okay. Cannot transmit science. Don't care. Unused monoprop. Okay, we can get rid of that. Do I want to put, I think I do, a fuel cell? Yes. Yes, I do. For those times when you need power, but just don't have it. Actually, we'll put 2 of them on there, because why not? That way we can mine through the night. If you don't have an antenna, you have to land the science, which seems tough. Well, my plan is we bring it back to orbit of Kerbin and then just send someone up to grab it. Because if we're using an antenna, I guess we will bring an antenna just because I may want to like send out some kind of, what's the freaking word for it? if I need, for whatever reason, to say send data from the surface of Mun, then that would be a useful thing to have. Okay, we'll just slap it right there. Make sure it is rotated straight up and down. Extend it to check. Looks good. Okay. So we land, we drill, we collect science using all the science available to us. Hold up. This can only hold 2 people. Shit. All right. We got to bring an extra. Wait, hold on. I've got it, chat. The Holy Grail. We haven't unlocked it yet. Hold on, I gotta go unlock the Holy Grail. We're just gonna put a cupola module on top, which I don't remember where that is actually located. Aerodynamics, heavy landing, field science, composites. I feel like we've unlocked it already. Am I taking crazy pills? Command module. It's right there. It's right there. I see it. What? Is it under utility? Okay, onion, pea, pomegranate. Mark 1, lander, Mark 3, Mark 2, Mark 2 lander, lunar excursion module. Oh, there it is. Jeez. Go through the whole dang thing to find it. I kind of don't like that this is touching, but maybe I can bring it down a bit. That will make it tough, but I mean, if the pilot is just up there, maybe there's like a tunnel that runs through there and it's not a big deal. Okay, so there we go. The lunar excursion module. Missing ladder, unused monoprop. Okay, get the monoprop out of here. Parachute missing, don't care. What is the delta V on the Mun? It's got, or not delta V, the thrust to weight. The delta V is important too, but not as important because this thing can mine. I don't need to open the KSPedia. Thank you. Okay, now we need to get this thing to where it needs to go. And this is, of course, Outer Wilds. If you're not familiar with this one, I highly recommend this game. I cannot recommend this game highly enough to everyone that I talk to. Anybody that I watch their streams, I will ask them if they have played this game. And if they haven't, I'm like, you gotta stop what you're doing right now and play this game. Because it's just that good. Put the fuel cells in there, actually. This game is incredible. Close the doors. Okay. Mighty Stoosh needs to go back to Outer Wilds. If you have not beaten it, if you've not played it through the whole way through and solved all the puzzles and everything, yeah, go back and play it. It's so good. There's so many crazy things you can run into. It's such a good time. I wish I could play it again, but I can't. Speaking of games I will never not recommend, I do have Deep Rock Galactic. I wish, though, that I had, I don't know, like a group to play it with. So I'm gonna bring our best engineer and our new scientist. Oh, we had John Lowe. Well, we're gonna bring Erdon. Erdon and Clougard we're gonna bring. Is there anything else? The magnetometer boom only works in rated for 3.8 kilometers, blah, blah, blah. Sure, whatever. Okay, we can't use that, so it doesn't, we're not gonna bother with it. I gotta admit that I was hesitant of Marvel Snap, but it's growing on me now that I have cool cards. It's just, I'm not gonna say it's great. It's not a great game, but it is good enough and it's free enough and it's fast enough that I can play it at work. And that's all that I care about. Trying to play Magic Arena at work is a chore sometimes due to the length that some matches can go. All right, I think this is it. I think this is the design. I can't think of anything we would need to add that would be beneficial here. So I'm just gonna roll with it, and we're gonna design a launch system for it. The big decoupler. All right, now we get to build something that is gonna take this bad boy, bam, zoom, straight to the moon. And for that, we're gonna use my trusty skiff, one of my favorite engines in the game. It's so good, they had to put it in a DLC to keep everyone from using it. And let's check that on Kerbin. How much thrust to weight is it? 0.52, that's not ideal. We gotta use a skipper for this. Okay, that's thrust. What's the ISP? ISP at vacuum is 320 versus... it's not that big of a deal. We'll use the skipper here. It gives us a little more thrust to weight. Perfect. Just a little safety. A bit of extra safety built in case we end up doing some kind of shenanigans on takeoff, as we so often do. Finally, the big boy, the mainsail. That's a skiff. The mainsail goes on the bottom. Deep Rock is the only game I can name off the top of my head that actually feels fun when playing with randos. I had a lot of fun the couple of times that I played it. I ended up not playing anymore just because I don't know, I didn't feel like I was being useful, even though I probably was being good enough. And I was hoping that I could play with people that I actually knew. And I got so much stuff going on. I don't have time to play games like that. Okay. Is this enough Delta V? Probably not. Let's slap a fun little solid booster to the side. Give it a little bit of extra oomph. Kickback good? Kickback could work. Get on there. What kind of performance are we looking at out of a kickback? I wonder. Looks good. Everything's aligned properly, I think. We'll slap a nose cone on there. Okay. Vulcan Rider wants me to eat a bean. All right, let me cleanse my palate quick. Ah, delicious, delicious tap water, my favorite. So here we go. I have a bean. We're gonna crack open the canister. It's like tear gas. Oh, we got two. All right, so I have here, we have two beans. I'll let you take a look at them and I'll let you decide, Vulcan Rider, since you paid, you get to decide. The options are, I believe, Tutti Frutti / Stinky Socks, or Dead Fish, or Strawberry Banana Smoothie. I believe that's what this is. I did not get the peach barf one. Orange doesn't look gross. Oh, but it could be gross. We don't know. Smoothie. All right, we're going for the smoothie one. Good choice. It's not a smoothie. Is it Dead Fish? No, come on, man. Oh. Oh, ma'am. Oh, it's... This is like the second worst one. It's like barf, dead fish, old bandage. Ugh. At least it wasn't barf. Barf might have actually made me throw up. Ugh. And I like fish. This makes me not like fish. Oh, good choice, Volcom. Oh. Oh, gross. Get the smoothie. Emmykin's got the smoothie last time. That's not fair. I want the smoothie. Okay, back to the game. We were designing a rocket of some kind for some reason. It's to get the Kerbals. They have to deliver a copy of their game to Wolfie Chew on Earth. Just like that fan fiction we read. So they had to build something that could travel faster than the speed of light. They recreated Interstellar specifically so they could deliver a copy of Kerbal Space Program to a streamer on Earth. Boy, that's embarrassing. Comes off, that comes off, that turns on, that comes off, that turns on. Why are you allergic to putting tail feathers on your rockets? Because you don't need them. I want you to name me one rocket that has tail feathers on it. And then I'll look up a picture of it. And then I'll see if that's useful to me. Because if you look at I guess the Falcon Heavy. You look at that Falcon Heavy. Does not have any. It doesn't have any fins on it. I guess the closest thing it has are those things on the end that are to land the booster. Look at like the Atlas rockets. I wouldn't say that I'm allergic to it. It just is not. It's not beneficial to the design to have the fins on there. Yeah, basically nothing. No modern rocket has fins on it. Mercury and technically the wings fins from the shuttle. Well, that was more of a. That was for landing more than taking off. Mercury did? All right, let me look at Mercury. Mercury. It does look like it had a couple little fins at the bottom there. Mercury Redstone. The Mercury Atlas did not. Does it have pictures? Yep, oh, it's got some little fins there at the bottom. But keep in mind that those are from like the 60s. Fins are important for stability. Not, I mean, they can be. They're not necessary though. And they also increase drag, which we don't want. Although in this case, since I'm launching this thing, I guess it wouldn't hurt to have a couple of fins on there to maybe offset some of the issues we might have with stability. So fine, we'll put some fins on there. Put the Delta Deluxe, those should work. Okay. This is costing me 106,000 Kerbucks to launch. So, we cannot blow this thing up. All right? This thing has to get to orbit, and then it has to go to the Mun. There's no... Should probably make sure it can actually launch here. I don't know... Why did I do that? I don't know how useful these solid boosters are going to be. Maybe we need a bigger one. This is 24. The Pollux, the Thoroughbred. I don't think we need the Thoroughbred necessarily. 180k. It's 106k. But I'm wondering if maybe I want to swap out the solid boosters for liquid boosters. Because I don't feel like we have enough Delta V, but as we get into a vacuum, Delta V goes up quite a bit. All right, let's just try launching it. I say as I'm like hesitant to do it now. Let me put a little bit of extra fuel in the bottom. And by a little bit, I mean a whole extra big orange tank. I'm always concerned about takeoff on these things. Okay, how's that now? Still good. Should work. There are no issues. Let's throw a clamp on though. It's good. Okay. So we take off. What? Where'd my thrust go? Excuse me. I lost thrust, chat. Oh, there it is. I fixed it. Okay, so 1.35, 1.59, 1.19, 0.24 for the poodle, which is gonna be fine. Slanted nose cones? Daddy Warbuck springing for the fancy looks. Listen, they're the exact same price. What are you talking about? I'm not springing for anything. Daddy Warbucks. We do have quite a bit of money to play with here, I guess. All right, last check. Cloudguard, Erdon, Jebediah, good to go. All the science right here, front and center. Thermometer, seismometer, atmospherometer, gravimometer, goo, science junior. Is there anything we could possibly need to bring in cargo? Wait a minute. Oh, that's for storage. EVA repair kit, I guess we could bring one. Ionographer? Oh, that's a new one. Huh. It's too bad we didn't have that before. Who the heck is Daddy Warbucks? Is he related to Daddy Longdick? Oliver Warbucks. Oliver Daddy Warbucks is a fictional character from the comic strip Little Orphan Annie. Oh, okay, well there you go. I am bald like him, that's right. The guy, as if I know what Annie is. Come on. Really, how old do you think I am? Science, let's double check. Good. The only thing we can think of would be the magnetometer boom, but we've already done it. We've got an antenna, we've got battery, we've got power. So we don't need RCS. It's not gonna dock. All right, I think we're good. Let's get this thing to the mun and grab all the science. In fact, I'm gonna level 1 engineers need multiple kits for basic repairs. Ah, oh, fuck's sake. I think it's a level 2 engineer, but okay. I'll bring extra ones just to be safe. If one of the solar panels breaks or something, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? We'll bring a full stack of 4. All right. Okay, can we launch now? Is everybody satisfied? If I deploy more seismometers. The issue with that is I'd have to that's like a lot of work. Rainbow Yeti's gonna watch supper, or not watch, eat supper and watch Netflix. Good call. Hit the Whopper button.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
Let's go. Jeb, what's the thing that Urban has? Or is it Ice King who has it? I just want to tell you all good luck. Something. Okay, let me get into my launch position. Jeb, how's it looking from in there, buddy? That good, huh? Dude, imagine doing an IVA only trip to the mun with this thing. That would suck so much. All right, get me out of here. Oh, hey, now we're inside the lander bit. That's kind of cool. Okay, well, actually, I need to be able to see. So, get out of there. That's Urban. I just want to tell you all good luck. We're counting on you from airplane.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
Here we go. Bam. Zoom. Straight to the mun. That would actually not be a terrible sound clip to have on here for KSP. It's a clip from Futurama, but it's a parody of the Honeymooners, or it's from the first episode. Like, you guys have all seen it. Not quite straight to the mun. Is that a quote from the bit? No, it's from the Honeymooners. But it's specifically the version from Futurama, where they go to Moonland or Moon World, and then they go on the moon whalers of the Mooner Sea or whatever, and they're learning about the history of the moon. And Fry's like, that's not what happened. That's just a guy from an old sitcom. He was talking about beating his wife. Not flipping over this time, huh? Nice try, stupid rocket. I got you this time. Uh-oh, it's trying. It's trying to flip over. Okay, once we drop these, I'm like flipping over for real though. Okay, now it's time to actually flip over. It's a little wobbly on the top, which makes sense because of, you know, it's wobbly design. It's the Science Junior is not a structural piece. It sounds like John Goodman. No, it's some guy, I don't know. Obviously, yeah, the fins actually were a good call. Thanks everybody who recommended fins. Mostly Vulcan Rider, because he's seen me flip my space stations in the past, and this is basically a space station. Although it is designed to land, so it's not quite a station, because the entire point of a station is that it is stationary relative to something. From Full Metal Jacket, what the heck? How did Full Metal Jacket come up? Although that does give me an idea. Oh, sounds like YouTube is getting angry at me. It's all fixed now. Okay, tilt, tilt, tilt. What exactly are stations stationary to? Well, they're not designed to move, or they're not designed to change their velocity, I guess is a better way to describe it, because obviously the International Space Station moves, but it doesn't go places. It's designed to orbit the Earth, which I guess is like important for some reason. I don't know. They decided it was just supposed to be up there. The ISS velocity changes all the time. Not all the time. I mean, it slows down from air resistance, and then sometimes they have to give it a boost so it doesn't decay too much. But it doesn't, like, does it actually just move all over? Because velocity includes direction and a magnitude. Okay. But its vector doesn't change. Okay. Oh, all right. I've gone too far in a few places, it seems. So I think this is gonna have just enough to get to the mun and land. Get to the mun, circularize, and land. And then once we're down, it's just all gravy on top of that. And what else? From Full Metal Jacket. Yes, I was gonna look that up. See if I can get this. That's not what I want. This is what I wanted. All right. I gotta open up.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
There it is. Hold on, chat. Give me a second. I'm working on it. Be surprised how difficult it is to find sound clips.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
There you go. That's from Full Metal Jacket. I don't know why that took so long to find. All right, what time is it? It's 8:30, so this should hopefully, once we land on the Mun, that should hopefully put us right at the end of the stream. Live editing. Not really editing, it's just me finding a sound clip. The velocity does change all the time, if only because velocity includes the direction of speed alongside its magnitude. But what is... I don't think that's how that works. I typed into Google, does the ISS change velocity? And I don't know, it doesn't really explain it. Maybe I'm asking the wrong question. I got to hear my physics teacher say that like 5 billion times. Because velocity includes the direction of speed alongside its magnitude, but it's not changing the direction of its speed. It's moving in a straight line relative to the gravitational force of the Earth. So it's not changing. Yeah, bust out the calculator. We got to figure this out. Now I'm really curious. Okay, do we have any astrophysicists in the chat? I know this is a long shot. I need an astrophysicist opinion on this. What velocity does the ISS have? Well, that just tells you the speed. I want to know about this other stuff. Paging all astrophysicists. Mighty Stoosh, I know you probably you've got the astrophysicist on speed dial. Give them a call. Have them hop on the stream and just answer this question. Gear War's not an astrophysicist. Bummer. You could be. You just need to take some classes. And do some graduate work. And probably live someplace that has that kind of educational opportunities. If you pop into the map view here in KSP and time warp the ship in orbit from the Kerbin focus, you can see how the direction of its velocity changes. But there's no force acting on it. So how is it changing velocity? Aside, again, from air resistance and orbital decay, which, whatever that is. Gravity. There's a force called gravity. I think we're using different versions of physics. But, we're calling this direction of speed. Does the ISS... Okay, maybe I shouldn't ask if it's the ISS specifically. Do satellites change velocity? The ISS is actually acting under quite a lot of gravity. Yeah, it's at like 94% of the Earth's gravity. Okay, why does a satellite move with constant velocity? It doesn't move with constant velocity. Velocity is a vector including direction of motion as well as speed. Even in a perfectly circular orbit with a constant speed, a satellite is continuously changing direction. All right, so this guy's saying what you're saying. Over 40 years of teaching introductory physics. All right, I'll listen to this guy. He has a beard. Definitely going to listen to him. Perfectly circular orbits are vanishingly rare. Just about every satellite changes speed in the periodic matter in orbits. Blah, blah, blah. Wait. Why does the satellite accelerate whereas it is moving at a constant speed? Acceleration is defined as any change in velocity. Velocity includes both speed and direction. Satellite in orbit is constantly changing direction and so is accelerating. Okay. But if it's constantly accelerating... I don't know. But it's not, because the speed... Okay, maybe it is. What if it's a perfectly circular orbit, though? I guess it's still falling. But it's not increasing the rate at which it's falling. It's just falling at a constant rate. Because the Earth is round. Unless you don't think the Earth is round, in which case you're wrong. But, you know, whatever. 8, 9, 10. Increase our... You guys think that flat earthers believe that Kerbal Space Program is part of the globalist conspiracy? They have to, right? Because it shows spherical planets. Kerbin should be flat. You know what? Actually, that would be kind of cool. Like, how would the physics work if Kerbin was a flat disk accelerating upwards at 9.8 meters per second or whatever the gravity constant is on Kerbin? Think is such a strong word for what flat earthers do. Hey, come on now. If those flat earthers could read, they'd feel really bad right about now. All right, give me 860 meters per second. And I would like to land on the Mun sometime today, please. There we go. Ugh. We're at a bit of a weird angle. Maybe fix that. Maybe, just maybe. Although it seems like a waste of Delta V, so let's not do that. Because we're just going to land anyway. Alright, bring us back. Jeb, point to the maneuver. I've heard some say other planets are round, but not the Earth. I've also heard that. It's very strange. I don't know, we don't have to get into flat Earth stuff here, because it's just... If you're here and you think the Earth is flat, maybe just leave. Like, go watch somebody else, please. We don't need to talk about that in here. Just it boggles my mind that ancient Greeks could determine the Earth was round, but people with like rockets, I mean, maybe they don't believe in rockets or airplanes or whatever, refuse to accept it. It's a little silly. It's not, I don't know, it's not perfectly spherical, obviously. It's not a pool ball. It's an oblate spheroid. It's yeah, it's wider at the middle because of its spinning. So there's like a bulge at the equator. But it's spherical enough for our purposes today. All right, start the burn in 53 seconds. I'm ready. All right, send me to the Mun. $37 seconds to go. Mighty Stoosh has a bulge at the equator. I mean, we all do. Unless you're in shape, in which case, good for you. The better word to use would be smooth. Yes, relative to its scale. Like if you scaled up a pool ball to the size of the Earth, it would actually be more rough. The surface would be rougher and I guess less smooth than the actual surface of the Earth is because of, I guess, manufacturing processes or whatever. It's not perfectly smooth, although it works. It looks pretty good from our perspective. Rilip was waiting for me to tell everyone in shape to get out. No, if you're in shape, you're welcome. Although, I don't know how you can watch this stream unless you're watching it from your treadmill and still have time to work out. Because I was thinking about this today. Because I looked in the mirror again and realized I was fat. I'm like, you know, maybe I could work out. And then I tried to find time in my schedule for it. Okay, so I get up at like 6:30. I get ready for work. I go to work. That's like 30 minutes in the morning. I get to work. I work all day. I come home. I eat dinner. I stream like 3 days a week. All right, so those 3 days are out. When do I work out? So I work out 2 times a week. All right, so there goes my free time in the afternoon on my 2 days off, and then I work during, I guess I can work out on the weekend too. It just, I don't know, man. It's a tall order to ask me to give up all my time that I enjoy to do something that I hate, just so that I can, I don't know, live longer while working out more or something to that effect. Okay, I guess that's as close as we're gonna get. Can we please radial in? Do I need to destroy the mirrors again? Asks Emmykins. No, don't destroy them. It cost a lot to replace them after the last time. Maybe just find a way that I can work out that doesn't like hurt my schedule too much. Do we actually have enough to land? I gotta bust out the Delta V map here. All right, what does it say? So it is 860 to get a capture, 280. Hold on, where's the calculator? Yeah. All right, 280 plus 580 is another 860 to land. We're gonna be cutting it close, but I think we can do it. I think we have enough. Oh, hey, Sartari has, I guess, been lurking and has an idea for a logo. So let's click on that. Could work. I don't know how much of the like space imagery I necessarily want is the problem. That's why I just haven't really worked on it at all, because I don't even know where to start. Like Urban, I mean, I think he made that himself, and Ice King, I assume, made it himself too. They're better at like graphic stuff than I am, and so are you, Sartari. Obviously, I can't. You guys have seen my art, just one disgusting pigman and Star Chad. That's warp. Whoa. All right, there's some goo. Okay. Mainly just simplifying the face as a logo then? That's the thing, I don't know. I think I would have to look at examples of other streamers' logos first to have a more coherent idea. All right, how are we doing on power? We're fine on power. I should have brought a tank full of ore. That would have been smart. Then I could have run the refinery. Do you know what engine I wish I had a better appreciation of sooner? Ion engines. I mean, they're great, but they also take forever to do anything. That's the reason I don't use them, because I don't have the patience. They are fun, though. They look cool. I do really hope that KSP 2, they've shown off so many of the engines in the trailers, like the near future stuff, all the nuclear, the metallic hydrogen, fusion type engines. I really am looking forward to those. They do, but it does and it doesn't, because you don't want to sit there and burn for 20 minutes in real time. That's a miserable experience. It's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna get there eventually, but kind of sucks. It's not fun. I guess if you're going for pure efficiency, sure, whatever, if you have time. But I'm running the stream here. I don't have time to be sitting in space burning for 20 minutes because I don't have enough stuff to talk about. I made a return pod with like 3 kilometers of Delta V using very few ion engines. Still had a thrust to weight of 0.2. Yeah, if you're using it for a very specific purpose, or you're using like you're doing a probe, you're doing some kind of challenge where you take off, you get to orbit using only ion engines or something wacky like that. These are all good examples of when to use ion engines. It's the big Mark 1. Oh, okay. It's hard to get idea for a logo that's doesn't have space imagery when I have star in my name. You know what? That's a great point. Maybe I need to lean more into that. Let me look at that again. I do like the little shine coming over the back. I don't know. Again, I'll look at some other logos. Maybe there's somebody out there that has a really cool logo I could borrow some aspects from. Replace the background with the back of my bald head. The shine would still work just perfectly too, wouldn't it? Focus on the shard. Shard or shard? Because those are two very different things. And the shard is just the crystal man, which is also just called Star Shard, I determined. All right, so slow things down. Now, according to the Delta V map, I should be able to land. Oh God, this is cutting it so close. There's no way. Can I seriously land with this? What does the Delta V map say? 580 to land, and I'm at like 600. Ugh. Philip says, I thought about painting the shard the other day, then realized I'd want to put it on a black background. My last painting was on black, and yet I can't remember how I made the liquid clear. Are you talking about the shard, the building? Chat, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to land this. We're at like the limits of what I am comfortable landing. Oh no, my shard. Oh, okay. Maybe the star shard. No, the pink kitty ears are a gimmick. Don't make them part of the whole everything else. I mean, unless that's what people want, I guess. I don't know. All right, are we gonna have to send a claw and transfer some fuel into this thing? I really don't want to, but I think I don't feel like I can safely land this with 580 Delta V. It's I don't know. Let's do a hypothetical here. Okay, show me your. Okay, where's the best place I can realistically land? It's not even, doesn't matter. We'll land wherever. Okay, so let's say I do this. I slow down. We're at 220. How much Delta V do we have at the bottom then to spend? That's... Oh boy. Chat, do you think it's doable? Because I really don't want to send out a refueling mission. The only way the map can say land with that amount of Delta V is to take it as shallow as possible. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. All right, I'm going to send a refueling mission. So let me get into a more circular orbit with what I've got. Oh, chat. I have an idea. The Mun station is loaded with fuel. All I have to do is take off one of the docking ports and put the this doesn't have, it doesn't have RCS though, because I didn't think I would need RCS, of course. Hold on, let me check this. I'm almost double the height of the Delta VMAX. Landing it with no fuel would be hard. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, I don't think this is gonna work, despite having all this extra fuel here. So I think what we need to do is send a refueling mission. That's the only option. So we're just gonna... Hello? Okay. I thought the game crashed. What the heck? So the only way we're gonna be able to do that is we're gonna put it in a nice equatorial orbit we'll send over a fueling mission, and we'll just put it in an equatorial orbit, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. Because let's see. Because it's almost time for bed. It's 8:54 already. And depending on what time zone you're in, it could be even later or earlier than that. You guys know I like to have extra delta V when I'm doing things, not less. So let's do that. Let's change our inclination so it's easier to dock with. We'll be using the claw. Wait, chat, I have an idea. What if we use the claw to slow it down? No, that's stupid. No, we're not going to do that. It's a terrible idea. We're just going to use the claw to transfer fuel over. We're not going to do anything stupid. Put some fuel in there, land it, and then it should be self-sufficient after that point once it's landed. We just have to remember it can only get 2,000 delta V at a time. This is why you need emergency ion thrusters. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Not a terrible idea. I don't know how heavy is the ion thruster and like a single tank of fuel. I don't know where I would stick them, but could do something with them. And yes, Emmykins is also mentioning, for those of you who did not hear initially, there is a new community challenge to get Emmykins, my producer, slash wife, slash moderator, to play Kerbal Space Program on stream, just like she streamed Spelunky 2 on Friday. The video is, the VOD is still up on Twitch, so if you didn't catch that, I guess you can pop in and see how bad she is at Spelunky 2. After it goes away, it will be on YouTube, but it is not listed, so only cool kids will get to watch that video. I'm not putting it up on YouTube for the public, because I don't think Emmykins would be okay with that. Except more painful to watch. Hey, who knows? Maybe you're secretly a KSP savant and you just don't know it yet. I'm sure with enough help from chat, you could figure it out. Oh, I ate too many beans tonight, chat. It's so gross. 0.2, 0.1, and perfect. There we go, chat. We'll pop back in. 389 meters per second to spare. So we're just gonna have to grab on, drop off some fuel, and then let it land. We will, before I leave, I'm gonna check my current tug to see if that's suitable or if we're gonna need to design something more purpose-built. And I'm also going to see if there's anything else here. Nope. Logo done. All right, let's take a look at this. So chat, I'm gonna bring this up. You guys can tell me what you guys think. It's just it's okay. All right, that's a ship post and a half. I like it. Let me bring that up. So there were two. I'll bring up both of them just so you can see. Sotari is the resident artist, and they are awesome. So I guess if you need art, like, go bug them. So let's bring that up on the stream. We can all see it. I know you guys can just click on the link, but this is more fun. It's more inclusive. It lets people on YouTube see it. There we go. So first we have nothing because I didn't do it right. Oop, oop. We have the pink kitty headphones on the shard. And then we also have, of course, this one, which is a planet with the star shard face on it. Sort of just a improved version of the Star Chad. And then a cool little solar flare in the back. That's true, Amikins. I did post the other ones. I mostly didn't do it because a bunch of the audio got muted right in the middle during halftime. Because somebody decided to submit a video with copyrightable audio. Shame on that person. I think it was Ice Queen. But it's not that big of a deal, I guess. Maybe I'll just leave it. And then maybe people will ask about it. And then maybe I'll put it out. And then people will watch it. That was just a rough up. Oh, for sure. Like, obviously this is... I mean, it looks good, but it would want to be cleaned up a little bit and made to look good in a logo size. Anyway, what was I doing? It was the alien suggested that. Oh, she's gonna get it for me. Again, we were gonna do. There was supposed to be a stream tomorrow with possibly an alien, but she had to cancel, so I will reschedule that with her. But I will be back on Wednesday. What is this claw thing? With more KSP, because that's just my life now. What is that thing called, chat? I gotta give these things better names. I think it was the Tug. The Tug L. Why is it called the Tug L? Because it's landing? What's the Tug look like? That's just the same thing. Alright, whatever. Yeah, so we'll have to design something that can actually transfer fuel, because right now the heat shield is gonna block it. Maybe I'll just put like a small tank of fuel on the top so it can transfer. She wants to do it next Tuesday? That's fine. Banned in all countries, not just Japan. It's actually Twitch muted it. So that would be like a bunch of hoops to jump through to get it unmuted, and I don't want to do that. Like if YouTube flags something, usually it's not a big deal. Just be like, hey, this can't be monetized. I'm like, whatever, I'm not monetized anyway. If Twitch does it, they're like, hey, we muted this just to be safe. And then it's like, if you want to fix it, I don't know, go fuck yourself. But we're done. We're done, chat. We're gonna go raid somebody. Let's see who is streaming tonight. I'm guessing Matt Comart. Just Matt Comart. Okay. So we'll go raid Matt Comart. He's playing some KSP. He's much better at it than I am. He's much more popular than I am. Maybe you'll just move over there and never come back. Everybody have a great night. I'll be back on Wednesday. See you then. I gotta click the button and then wait 10 seconds and then fill the dead air. Don't forget to spend points to get Emmykins to play KSP.